Hi chaps, today we are going to talk about staking and validating, and we are going to base the whole video on the RADXDLT.com post, staking and validating what you need to know. And you should read this. However, let's jump straight into the video. Okay, there are 100 validators active at any given time. So an ideal scene would be that each validator's got 1% of the stake, and then we've got a completely decentralized, balanced system, especially if it's also distributed worldwide. So let's have a look at this. RADX suggests that you follow the 5x5 rule. Spread your stake across 5 validators, none with more than 5% of the total stake. Okay, if you read this section here, it will give you an explanation as to why they are suggesting that. Now, what we're going to look at this bit here, and we're going to look at it in my website, which is called RADX Exchange. So on RADX Exchange, some of the node runners have given me their location, and I've added them to a map which updates in real time. So for example, if you look at this one here, this is Pika Finance. They're in Seoul in South Korea, and they are position 90 in the RADX staking ranks, which you can find here. So number 90, here's Pika Finance, and if you click on this, it takes you to the website where you can get more information about them, or also on my website here, you can click on this and it also takes you to the website. So you can find out more about each of the validators. Ideally, we'd have a good spread worldwide, and ideally we'd have about 1% on each validator node. And RADX have done the following. These 5 nodes are still active, but they're all above 3% stake. So RADX is suggesting that you don't stake to them and you stake with the nodes below it, so the stake doesn't get too imbalanced. And Supreme Stake and Wingspan have actually switched off, and they're not accepting any more stake. And I know Wingspan has switched off his staking at 2.27%, so that will encourage people to stake elsewhere with some of the lower nodes. And if you look at this here, we also still have 8 foundation nodes still in the system. So ideally, you would stick to some of these nodes here, bring them above this, and get rid of the RADX foundation nodes. So it's 100 community nodes that are active in the system. So what I've done on RADX Exchange, I've taken some information from the RADX DLT knowledge base, and things did move on from when this was written. And I have now said, spread your stake across at least 5 good validators that have less than 3% of the total stake. Stake widely to many validators. Stake across a range of geographies. Stake to quality. Don't stake to the very top validators. So we've kind of covered these ones. Stake to quality. So you would look at a node and see how it's running. So let's just take this one at random. Rad Crew in Montreal. And again, he's got information here. He's got 100% uptime in Canada. So he's running really well. And you can also find that information here. You can look at this and get the uptime for each node. So almost all the nodes are running well, between 99.7 and 100%. And then this is the top 100, and then below the top 100 we've got WSB Elite South Africa, and on my map he shows up here, position 101, so he's just outside the top 100. This node here in India, radcrew.org, has actually been taken off and is no longer accepting stake. And this node here, and as far as I'm aware, they've just been working on this last week and will be launching fully this week. All right, I have gathered just over 50,000 RADX to make some videos. So now let's do some staking. So I'm going to stake some of the extreme nodes and a couple of the nodes that are in this cluster in Europe. And we're going to take nodes with different percentages. So let's take this one here. Vlad B, ITS Australia, position 42, and he's got a 0.5% fee. So let's stake some money with Vlad. You can read about Vlad here if you want more information. And for me, I'm going to stake with him. Here's his node address. Copy this. And let's stake to Vlad. Enter the validator address. And let's stake 5,000. So we'll do 10 different validators with 5,000 each. And we are also going to look at ways of tracking how much rewards or emissions or profit or interest or whatever you want to call it you're getting. So Vlad, ITS Australia, has got a 0.5% fee. So who's this in Singapore? It's got a 0% fee, so let's stake that one as well. So Easy Stake Singapore. And let's pick up his address. Why stick with us? Stake now. Copy this. Back to the wallet. We're going to stake a little bit more. Validator address. And we'll stake 5,000 here. And we're done. And what I'm going to do now, I am going to stake some more of these. I'm going to stake another 8, probably one of these ones, one of these, this one, and I'm going to stake WSB Elite simply because I'm going to show you a little app that he's developed, which I'm going to use for my tracking. And I'll stake some of these and I'll come back and I'll show you the ones that I've staked with the different areas and the different fees that they are charging. Back in a sec. Alright, I have now staked 10 wallets with 5,000 RADX each, as you can see here, staked, and let's have a look. So I have staked ITS Australia with a 0.5% fee, Keswi, which is Switzerland, with a 2% fee, Avant Staking, which is in the UK, 3.5%, Easy Stake 0%, Formosa US 0%, Pika Finance 1.5, Radup.io is in Japan 2.5, the South African one which is 2.5, which is WSB Elite, but that's not in the top 100, but I want to support him, and Genkipool, which is in Spain at 2%, and Mozzie in America at 2.5%. So I've selected nodes geographically spread all over the globe and with various percentages so we can compare how much we make from each node, and should you be concerned between a 2% and a 1% or 1.5% on the different profit that you will make. Alright, so we've staked with 10 different nodes. Now we need to track them. So there's a couple of things I'm going to show you. The first thing is being built by WSB Elite, and it's still in the beta stages, and it is on trackradix.butter.fi. And it's a stake tracker. So let's have a look at this. So let's paste my wallet address, view the stakes, and it's sending us a code. Here's the code in the history, and enter the code, connect, and we are connecting. And now we've connected. So let's have a look at this. So I'm a couple of days later since I actually staked. So now it says I've made some rewards or interest. And I can look at the US value now, the US value then, but it is a beta stage right now. So right now this isn't functioning, but I'm sure it will be. I can look at the XRD that I now have. It's the date of the 2nd of October. So I can scroll down in my staking details, validator name. So these are the people I've staked with. This is my current stake, so it shows how much rewards I've gotten. This is the total stake on that node, and this is the value of my stake. And the 24-hour growth is showing 0.00. Now, as I said, this is still in the beta stages. And then if we scroll down here, this is my validators. So if I look at this here, I staked all of this in one day. So this is my total stake. So this is the order I staked them in. And as I mentioned, I'm now a couple of days later. So if I did another 5,000 stake, it would come in here, but it would come in on a different day. So you can track when you staked them, how much you staked, the order you staked them, and this pie chart shows you the percentage of your stake. So very useful. I would like to see in here the fee percentage, so maybe that'll come. It is in the beta stage, it's still being worked on, but very, very useful. You can track your wallets. And another way you can track your wallets is to go to RADX Staker, which is radixportfolio.info, and then you can stick your address in here, search, and RADX Staker is providing the price in US dollars, the live price, which I think we can change to different currencies. We can. Let's leave it in US dollars. And total staked, my principal stake, which is correct, 50,000. I've made 54 XRD. staking rewards. And here's an unstaking column, and this is still being worked on as well because I'm not unstaking 50,000, so little tweaks needed on this. And the total portfolio isn't correct. I think he's got this and this and this all added. So little tweaks needed. It's still being worked on, but it's absolutely brilliant. And if we scroll down here, we can see this. We've got the validator name, we've got the owner stake and the fee, which I like since this is what we're comparing. We're looking at different fees, different locations, and what it does to your rewards. So then he's got the rewards here, and the rewards are all showing 73 cents, so it's rounded to the nearest cent. So right now there's no difference after 2 days, and it shows the percentage, so you can keep an eye on this. I will post a link to this in the web on my website. I'll post a link to this RADX stake tracker in my website. So I'll add links to that, and what I'll also do actually is I'll add a nav bar up here so we have a page of useful links for the community. Okay, so to summarize, stake sensibly. You want to spread your stake across at least 5 different nodes, preferably less than 3% per node. Try and keep it balanced for the community, and stake to quality. And hopefully you found this video useful. If you want to contact me, I've got a little Discord link down here. Click on that and you can send me a message via Discord. You can suggest other videos you want to see or anything else you'd like me to do, and we'll see if I can get it done. Thank you very much. See you later.